Hello, and thank you for watching part 5 of this video series. In this video, I will be showing you how to utilize the optional wishlist feature to build engagement with your patients on your frame gallery. Before we begin, make sure that you have watched part 3 of this series, where we showed you how to add and review your frame selections, as well as how to publish your gallery. Please note that you will need to go through that process to set up and publish your gallery for the first time before the wishlist feature will be available to use. Let's begin. The wishlist is an optional feature that allows your patients to select the frame styles that they like best and to send those selections to you to an email address that you specified on the back end in advance of their appointment. When the wishlist feature is turned on, the frames in your gallery will have empty heart icons added to their top right corners. When a heart is clicked, the icon will fill in and the style will be added to the patient's wish list. When patients click on a frame to view more details, these same heart icons will also appear in the top right of the Style Details pop-up. There is a counter on the top bar of your gallery letting patients know how many frames they have added to their wish list. When they are ready to submit, they click on this counter to proceed. On the submission form, your patients will be able to see the frames that they have selected and can remove any that they no longer wish to submit. Under each frame, the patient can indicate which color or colors they are most interested in. The patient can also indicate that they are not sure and would like to see additional options in their appointment. Once they have made their selections, the patient will be asked to complete a short questionnaire so that you know who is submitting the wish list. They will be asked for their name, email address, and phone number, although the phone number is not necessarily a required field and can be marked as optional or removed entirely by you in the settings. If you have more than one location, they will then be asked to select which location to send their wish list to. Lastly, they will be asked some yes or no questions such as, do you have an appointment scheduled, or would you like to be contacted to set up an appointment? And which of these questions do or do not appear will be selected by you in the settings. When they are done, they submit their wish list, and your office will receive it through a HIPAA-compliant email system called Pawbox. The customer will have a confirmation email sent to them as well. Through these submitted lists, you will have a good sense of the styles and shapes that a patient would like to see during their appointment, and then you can have these and similar frames ready to show them to speed up that appointment time and improve the patient experience. On the back end, the wishlist feature is controlled from the My Frame Gallery main menu. If you do not see an option for the wishlist, remember that you need to go into the Setup and Management to create and publish your gallery for the first time before this optional feature will be available to use. Your wishlist settings determine what the patient sees when they bring up and complete the wishlist form. The first section on the left is called Your Practice Information. Here, you will see the office locations that you have added to the My Frame Gallery settings. If you have multiple locations and do not want all of them to be selectable within the wishlist feature, you can uncheck the boxes next to each to remove them. Next, enter the to email address for each location. This to is the email address on your end that will receive the submitted wish lists from patients. This email is not displayed publicly, and you can put multiple addresses here if you separate them by a comma. Then, enter the from address for its location. Unlike the to email address, the from is displayed publicly and is the address that the patient's confirmation email will appear to come from. Note that this from email address does not need to be the same as the to address. You can, for example, have submitted wish lists sent to one of your employees' personal emails, but then have the confirmation that the patient receives appear to come from an official company email address. In the next section, you'll be asked to enter a custom message if you would like. This message is optional and will appear on the confirmation email that the patient receives. This is a good place to provide your patients with additional instructions or to thank them for submitting their wish list. The last section is called, What do you want to ask those who submit wish lists? Here, you need to choose whether or not to ask for the patient's phone number and whether or not it is a required field that must be completed. You also need to determine which of the optional questions you would like to ask as part of the wishlist form. All 4 questions are optional, and you can include as many or as few of them as you would like. If you do not want to include a question, simply uncheck the box next to it. When you think that your settings are ready, click the orange Save Wishlist Setting box to save your changes. You can now review how your wishlist form looks using the preview on the right. This preview is functional, so feel free to use it to test submissions. The test will be sent to the to email address for the location that you pick on the location dropdown, as specified in the settings on the left. Lastly, click the button at the bottom to turn the wishlist feature on. When this button turns green and says Wishlist On, your feature has been enabled and will appear on your gallery. Your wishlist is now ready for patients to use. Thank you for watching, and please reach out to us if you have any questions on how to best make use of the wish lists for your own frame gallery.